Distinguished Senator Yusuf A. Yusuf, who is also the chairman of the Senate Committee on Special Duties. Our Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Sadia Farouk, who is also ably represented by Alhaji Ali Grema, the Director of Humanitarian Affairs in the Ministry. Honorable Khadija Bukar Abba Ibrahim, our Chair of the North Sea Development Commission at the National Assembly, who is also ably represented by Honorable Manu Saro, the Speaker, Yobe State House Assembly, and other honorable members here present, the Secretaries of Government and other high-ranking government officials of Yobe State here present, my colleagues from the North Sea Development Commission, the ED Humanitarian Affairs, Alhaji Musa Umar Yashi, the ED Operation, Alhaji Mewada Umar, ED Admin and Finance, Alhaji Mohamed Jawa Gashwa, All Honorable Olawale Oshun, Director representing the Southwest on the Commission Board, Barrister Benjamin Adai, Director representing North Central on the Commission Board, and Mr. Larry Adekai, presenting the Ministry of Finance and Budget and Planning on the board, and other management staff of the Commission are present. Our royal fathers here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all other protocol duly and respectfully observed. Let me start by thanking the Almighty Allah for giving us the opportunity today, once again, to witness this epoch-making event in Yobe State. As you are aware, the North Development Commission was the brainchild of Buhari administration. The commission was established to address developmental challenges in the North region and to restore means of livelihood of the people following the over 12 years of insurgency. This situation led to massive influx of people into urban areas, with most of them making shelter at any available public spaces, homes, abandoned and uncompleted buildings, and some in IDP camps. NEDC model housing project. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, you may recall that part of the Commission mandate included rehabilitation and reconstruction of destroyed homes and commercial premises of citizens in the region. You may also wish to be informed that the stock of houses in the Northeast states before the insurgencies was about 4 million, out of which over 500,000 structures, houses and commercial premises were destroyed or irreparably damaged. Even before the insurgency, there was housing deficit in all the states of the region. Therefore, the insurgency only further aggravated the situation. In all of this, Borno State being the epicenter of the crisis, it was affected and with the largest number of internet displays fastened. Based on the above, Mr. President, His Excellency Muhammad Buhari had earlier in 2019 approved a special presidential intervention in Borno State to ameliorate the desperate situation that displaced community in the state had found themselves through the construction of 10,000 houses and establishment of technical and vocational skill acquisition centers for the IDP, among others. As part of the execution of this program, it was resolved that the NEDC undertakes the construction of first 1,000 houses fully fund the other centers. Today, I am pleased to mention that at the ceremony on 2nd September 2021, presided over by the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, the 1,000 houses at Ngom Village, Mapalo government of Borno State, was handed over to His Excellency, the District Governor of Borno State. We were able to deliver a town with all amenities. The Commission, reflecting on its mandate, decided to replicate same in the other 5 states of the region by the construction of 500 houses in each state. To realize this, the Commission had earlier requested for and had received approval from the Yobe State government on allocation of plots of land for these houses as follows. Damaturu, we have 250 houses, Boniyadi 50 houses, Gaidam 50 houses, Potskum 50 houses, Gashua 50 houses, Nguru 50 houses. When you add up, you have 500 houses. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the construction of these houses will commence very soon after today's foundation laying ceremony by Your Excellency. The mass houses we are about to commence construction is of the colossal block style, which consists of blocks of 4 units of 2-bedroom bungalows with veranda and courtyard. Each block sits on 400 square meters with a fence separating each twin-facing houses, covered kitchens and toilet and bathroom, and some ample space for home living activities. Also, the following socio-economic facilities will be provided: street light, reticulated water system, commercial spaces, among others. Will create a town here again. NEDC Model Mega School Project. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, may wish to be removed that the Commission also charged with the construction, reconstruction, and rehabilitation of educational sector infrastructure to address the high deficit in classroom blocks in both primary and secondary schools throughout the region. These deficits have meant that the region is the part of the country with the lowest literacy rate and highest poverty index. Low literacy and high poverty are recognized by experts to be among the root causes of the violent insurgency that bewildered the region for the past 12 years, and the situation was further exacerbated by the large-scale destruction of schools and losses in lives of youth, teachers, and students. The destruction of schools, especially where they have not been rehabilitated throughout the decade of insurgency, resulted in the truncation of the education of primary and secondary school students, and even where schools remain standing, widespread poverty coupled with insecurity rendered an estimated 600,000 young people unable to go beyond the primary or secondary school level. As such, millions of the out-of-school children in the region remain uneducated, justifying the need for massive intervention in development of school infrastructure. Consequently, the Commission resolved to construct 3 composite mega schools or upgrading of existing one in each state of the region, thus making 18, 1 each in each of the central districts. We are also happy to complement the physical structure with support like teacher training, curriculum upgrade, among others. In the same manner as with housing unit, site has been sought for and provided for by His Excellency as follows. We have one in Buniyadi in Gujba local government, Potskum in Potskum local government, and Gashua in Beda local government. God willing, we are going to have the foundation laying ceremony for this school in Gashua tomorrow. Plan over distribution of food and non-food items. The issue of imminent food insecurity in the region had been the matter of discourse for a long time. Recently, the United Nations Resident Coordinator in Nigeria, Mr. Edwin Kalon, on August 5, 2021, issued a press statement in Maiduguri on the need for the humanitarian community, the United Nations, and non-governmental organizations to join efforts to address the rapidly deteriorating food insecurity in the region, highlighting its manifest and latent consequences. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, consequent to the above, and in compliance with the pronouncement made by the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs on August 19 at the World Humanitarian Day events at the President Villa, Abuja, the Commission swung into action and came up with a plan for the distribution of food items to address the rapidly deteriorating food insecurity situation in the North East region, starting with Borno on 2nd September 2021. Today, as part of the strategy, we are going to hand over the following item to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, for onward distribution to our people of concern. It says, bags of rice, 12,000 bags, 10,000 gallons of vegetable oil, 2,000 bags of sugar, 3,000 bags, cartons of spaghetti, and 2,000 cartons of macaroni. In our continuous effort to the IDPs and other vulnerable groups in the state, we are also donating the following non-food items: blanket, 2,000 pieces, mat 2,000 pieces, mosquito net 2,000 pieces, mosquito handband 10,000. Information community technology. The Commission vision for ICT development is to see a prosperous 21st century North Sea region with a robust ICT local content-driven industry that delivers social and economic services in a manner that enhances safety, stimulates wealth creation, and environmental sustainability for all. Already, about 2,400 youths were trained by the Commission in 2 batches across 6 states. Your Excellency, during our last ceremony on February 18, 2021, in this great city of Damaturu, we graduated 138 candidates and promised to train another set of 200 in the second batch. I am glad to report that 192 candidates will be graduating today from Yobe State. Thus, the Commission has successfully graduated 330 beneficiaries out of the 400 intended to be trained during 2 batches, and indeed, this is a lot of period for the state. To the 192 graduates, it's my pleasure to congratulate you all and urge you to utilize what was learned and be good ambassadors of the state. The Commission has been and will always remain committed to make sure that youth development is given topmost priority through training and job creation in delivering our mandate. To further support your successful completion of this training, I want to inform you that each of you will be provided with free startup packs and a sum of 20,000 naira as startup capital incentive apart from the 15,000 monthly stipend already paid to each of you. Consequently, due to the importance of ICT empowerment and profound demand from the youth, the Commission will establish 2 more centers in the state, thus 1 each in the 2 other senatorial districts very soon. At this point, I want to passionately appeal to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, to encourage and further support these sons and daughters of Yobe State by allocating strategic business premises for them for the next 2 years to enable them to commence their vocation seamlessly. In special disease laboratory. Also, during our last visit, we promised donating to the state a fully equipped infectious diseases laboratory for the testing of COVID and other diseases. It gives me a great pleasure to announce that His Excellency, the Executive Governor, will formally commission the laboratory today for the benefit of mankind here in Damaturu. We have already commissioned those in Bauchi and Taraba State, while Adamawa and Gombe will be done in the next 2 weeks. Construction of Gujua to Ngalda Road. Co-infrastructure development is a very critical to the overall achievement of the mandate of the Commission. In addition to the already ongoing construction of the 40-kilometer Gujwa to Mutai section being undertaken by the Northeast Recovery and Stabilization Program / the Multi-Sectoral Crisis Recovery Project, which is under our supervision, Your Excellency may recall requesting the Commission to construct the remainder of the 54-kilometer from Mutai to Ngalda section. We have thoroughly reviewed the design and the working detail provided by the state from the immense economic benefits the road would create not only to Yobe State but to the entire North region. We are now ready to commence work. Our inspection visit to the ongoing site with Your Excellency tomorrow will usher in action on the second section of the road. Besides this road, the state is a great beneficiary of other projects under the MCRP, e.g. the establishment of the stand-alone trauma center, community town hall, and so on and so forth. NEDC Education Endowment Fund. Very soon, the fund will commence award of scholarships to deserving candidates across the North region for the 2021-2022 academic session. Also, the board of the trustee of the fund has reached an advanced stage for intervention in the basic education sector of the region, leveraging on our earlier rapid response initiative to at least fully upgrade or rehabilitate 1 primary school in each of the 112 local government of this in the 6 states of the region. Northeast Stabilization and Development Master Plan. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, based on an earlier pronouncement, I am very happy and delighted to report that we are currently pursuing intensive consultation with all stakeholders, after which we shall soon unveil a robust, harmonized master plan tagged the Northeast Stabilization and Development Master Plan for all of the region. On behalf of the board and management of the Commission, I wish to earnestly thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, Honorable Malabuni, for all the support provided to us from inception date. I want to assure His Excellency that the Commission and solidly behind the government and good people of Yobe State, ensuring that peace and stability prevail once again and the citizens return to a normal course of life. Our genuine appreciation also goes to our Honorable Minister for her tremendous and enduring support and understanding, as well as the policy direction enjoyed by the Commission that led to a successful takeoff and making today's historic events a reality. The Commission also fully committed to the actualization, localization of the National Humanitarian Development Fix framework currently launched as part of the World Humanitarian Celebration on 19 August 2021. Equally too, the Commission fully supports the implementation of the recently approved National Policy of Internet Displaced Persons for the benefit of the IDPs in the Northeast. Finally, I want to most sincerely extend our profound gratitude and complete support to our great President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for having the foresight to establish a commission, which is a well-deserved initiative and highly commendable. On this note, once again, I want to assure Mr. President, our honorable ministers, governors of the member state of the commission, people representative in the various legislative chambers, and all the regional Northeast region that the commission under the current board and management will remain focused and committed in ensuring achievement of the mandate of rebuilding and developing the Northeast region of our dream. Thank you all for listening. God bless. Thank you.
And the foundation laying ceremonies of various intervention projects in the root causes of insurgency within our region through the provision of budgetary appropriations that improve the economy. It is never in doubt that the meaningful engagement of our teeming population in the northeast region will create employment and improve critical service delivery of infrastructure. The Northeast Development Commission Establishment Bill was passed by the House of Representatives on Wednesday, June 7, 2017, and was assented to law by the President Muhammadu Buhari a few months later. This bid came to be through the thoughtfulness and cooperation of the legislative and the executive arms of the government, working together for the collective good of our people. The passage of the bill was born out of the critical need to provide a legal and institutional framework to coordinate national and international efforts aimed at rebuilding a region devastated by a decade-long insurgency with its attendant consequence of a devastating humanitarian crisis. It is indeed a pride for all of us to see that the social fabric of our society, hitherto shattered by years of conflict, is beginning to wear a look of normalcy once again. We, in the House of Representatives, feel the faults of the people we represent and live among. And we assure you of our commitment to continually support the scale of reconstruction of the Northeast sub-region. To this end, I am glad to state here that the 48 members of the House of Representatives from the Northeast sub-region are sponsoring our amendment bill that seeks to deepen the impact of the Commission on the lives of every resident member, of member states, and to enhance the critical sources of revenue due to the Northeast Development Commission. We are also prioritizing the Commission's annual budget to sustain the rehabilitation and resettlement of IDPs, among other priorities. Looking at the array of programs and achievements learned of today, I salute the Commission for its continuous delivery of people-centered interventions and urge the Commission to keep living up to its mandate. Let me use this opportunity to urge the beneficiaries to take this kind gesture from the Commission as a pedestal to achieving safe reliance for the benefit of all. Finally, I wish to thank all that have contributed and continue to contribute to the peace restoration process in the Northeast, particularly the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration, members of the armed forces, development partners, religious and traditional leaders. Long live the Northeast sub-region, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for listening.
the honorable members of Yobe State Judiciary, distinguished invited guests and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is with great pleasure and gratitude to God that I stand here before you to express our goodwill message for this momentous occasion of the launching of projects which will have very good bearing on the lives and peoples of Yobe State. It is also with a sense of pride that we witness that the decision by the Buhari administration to establish the NEDC as a body to bring succor to the people of Northeast is being realized. I must also express our gratitude to His Excellency the Governor, because for the NEDC to work, it needs the support of the governors of this region. I'm happy to note that in your alacrity, you have already provided plots of lands for which the NEDC will continue building. I also want to remind that the work of NEDC is to complement the work of the state governors in this region. And in that light, I'm also happy to note that you have already started a project of building houses. The NEDC is going to complement this effort. To the members of the board of NEDC, the MD and senior managers, I urge you to continue to work to bring succor to the people of Northeast who have been ravaged by the vestiges of this insurgency that have been happening. If what we saw in Borno State last week is something to go by, I am sure, Your Excellency, you will soon invite us to come and launch these projects whose foundation will be laid today in not far future. On that note, I thank all of you for coming here, and I wish you safe journeys back to your respective destinations. Thank you.
My pleasure to be part of this historic occasion, the official graduation ceremony of the Batch B graduates of the Northeast Development Commission ICT training scheme for Yobe State, and the foundation laying ceremony for a number of projects to be executed by the Commission in the state. I am particularly delighted because this is in tandem with the people-focused agenda of the 9th Senate under my leadership. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, digital skills have been recognized globally as the most important skill of the millennium. Therefore, governments across the globe are making frantic efforts to develop sustainable digital strategies for their people, and Nigeria as a country cannot afford to ignore global best practices and international best practices. Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, the Northeast Development Commission is one of the government MDS under the oversight jurisdiction of the Senate Committee on Special Duties, one of the 69 standing committees constituted by the Senate pursuant to Section 62, Subsection 1 and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. It is the agency of government saddled with the responsibility of championing the President Muhammad Buhari's vision and agenda for rehabilitation, resettlement, construction, and long-term development of Northeast region. Recall that the Northeast region of this country has been ravaged by the nefarious activities of insurgents for more than a decade. namely by Boko Haram Islamic State for West Africa, with the attendant consequences on the security and the livelihood of the people. Recall further that there was a number of ad hoc arrangements by successive administrations in the country to bring support to the victims, such as the Presidential Initiatives for Northeast and the Presidential Committee on Northeast Initiative. However, in his wisdom, President Muhammad Buhari decided to provide a long-term sustainable solution to the problems. Hence, he requested the National Assembly to pass the Northeast Development Commission Establishment Bill 2017. The Commission is charged with the mandate of assessing the level of killings, destructions, and displacement caused by the insurgency, develop a master plan for rehabilitation, resettlement, and reconstruction of the region, as well as religiously implement a master plan to ameliorate the suffering of the victims and for long-term development of the region. Your Excellencies, sir, ladies and gentlemen, representation, legislation, and oversight are the three most important roles of the legislature. Through oversight, legislators articulate the views, the yearnings, and the aspirations of the people and ensure that they are reflected in government policies, programs, and projects. Through legislations provide institutional framework and regulatory framework to shape and sharpen government policies, programs, and projects. While legislative oversight serves as a veritable tool for the legislature to make government MDS accountable to the people. As your elected representatives, our main duty, as enshrined in the Constitution, is to see for you, hear for you, and talk for you. In view of the above, therefore, the Senate Standing Committee on Special Duties was in Maiduguri last week to witness the official handing over to Borno State Government of 1,000 housing units, two-bedroom houses built by the Commission for onward distribution to the internally displaced population in the state. At this juncture, let me congratulate the board and management of the Commission for achieving that milestone in less than 2 years of its existence. Food and non-food items to address the rapidly deteriorating food security situation in Northeast region and Yobe State. Graduation ceremony of Part B graduates of the Northeast Development Commission ICT training scheme in graphic designs and smartphones repairs. Inspection of the newly established molecular laboratory and visit to some ongoing already completed projects in the state. Inspection visit to the ongoing construction site along the 55-kilometer Uganda road. Accordingly, I would like to assure the government and the people of Yobe State that the 9th Senate, under my leadership, will do everything possible within its legislative competence to ensure that the Commission pursue the implementation of the above-mentioned project with the same vigor and dexterity they pursue the Ngong housing project. I wish the Northeast Development Commission a very successful commissioning of the completed project and foundation laying ceremony of
the representative of the chairman of the House Committee, the Honorable Speaker, Yobe State House of Assembly, ably represented by the Deputy Speaker, Your Lordships, the Honorable Chief Judge and Honorable Grand Cadi, Honorable Members, Yobe State House of Assembly here present, the Honorable Minister, ably represented, MD, Northeast Development Commission, members of the Commission, and management staff of the Commission. The Honorable Commissioners here present, the Security Chiefs, the State Chairman APC, the Secretary to the State Government, the Head of Service, extremely distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. We are here for yet another significant occasion of foundation laying ceremony for the construction of Northeast Development Commission 500 miles housing units. This is indeed another milestone in our collective drive to speed up post-insurgency recovery following over 12 years of nefarious activities of Boko Haram insurgency suffered by Yobe State. It is gratifying to note that 250 units of the mass housing buildings are to be constructed in Damaturu, while 50 each will be built in Buniadi, Potiskum, Gashua, Nguru, and Gaidam towns. The spread of this project across the state is a commendable drive by the Northeast Development Commission, which confirms to our even development pursuit in the state. Such complementary interventions will certainly go a long way in impacting positively on the lives of people across the state. As you are aware, Yobe State Government is committed to meeting the shelter needs of the citizenry as part of its effort of uplifting general welfare of the people. The ongoing construction of 2,350 housing units comprising 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom urban and 2-bedroom rural and all semi-detached with provisions of roads and fencing will cost 16 billion when completed, will be distributed to the people on owner-occupier scheme basis. As we are delighted to be part of this epoch-making event, I would like to also appreciate other efforts of the Northeast Development Commission, such as the proposed construction of the Damaturu Road, distribution of relief materials to victims of insurgency and disasters, training on smartphone repairs, computer graphics design, distribution of starter packs and startup capital to over 330 youth, provision of fertilizer and other agricultural inputs to the most vulnerable farmers across the state. COVID-19 interventions with ambulances, palliatives, molecular laboratory and preventive materials distributed to schools, security agencies and transport workers, among others. In the same vein, we appreciate the Commission's rapid response intervention projects across the 17 local government areas. I am pleased to note that the execution of RRI brought succor to the communities and increased the capacity of our local contractors and laborers while meeting the federal government standards. I cannot complete this address without calling on all the contractors to ensure the specified quality in execution and timely completion of the projects. Strict adherence to the guidelines of the contracts will complement our efforts of post-insurgency resettlement, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. It is also a pleasure to note that as a part of the activities lined up by the Commission today is the flagging off of the distribution of food and non-food items to address food and other humanitarian challenges in the state. I would like to enjoin the Commission to give preference to vulnerable people, especially those in dire need, in our collective drive at cushioning the effect of high cost of food in the state. In addition, I appeal to the Commission to ensure that no segment of the society is left out in the comprehensive program for bringing succor to the people. As peace is being strengthened across the state and the country, we should not relent in our prayers for full return of normalcy and prosperity of our state and entire country. May Allah give us bumper harvest and foster our unity as an indivisible nation. With these few remarks, it is now my singular honor and pleasure to perform the foundation laying of the Northeast Development Commission 500 mass housing units in Yobe State, today being Thursday 9 September 2021 in Damaturu. I wish all invited guests and all and sundry who have come here to grace this occasion journey masses. Thank you for your attention. Ma'assalam. Mutanen wannan garin Damaturu musamman idan aka tambaye su kudu da hanyar nan suna da labarin wannan anguwa da ake ce Pompon Mari. Wannan Pompon Mari ita ce headquarter Boko Haram, ko ba haka ba? To yau cikin ni'iman Allah muna nan a anguwan nan muna ƙaddamar da ayyuka na alheri. Da farko sai mu gode Allah madaukaki sarki da cikin yardarsa da rahamarsa haka ya kasance yau a wannan anguwa a garin Damaturu. A takaice ina nufi saboda akwai yayyafi, a takaice ina nufi dukkanmu a nan shaidu ne wahalhalu da muka shiga ciki a lokacin da Boko Haram suke rike da garin nan kuma suke rike da aksari garuruwa manya na arewa maso gabashin ƙasar nan. Kuma cikin ikon Allah mutanenmu suka dukufa da addu'a na samun sauƙi. Allah ya fidda mu daga wannan hukuma, kuma Allah cikin ikonsa yana fidda mu a cikin wannan hukuma. Yau mun waye gari mun tashi muna ganin Boko Haram da kansu suna tuba, suna shigowa cikin mutane, kuma jami'an tsaronmu suna karɓansu. To wannan ba karamin ni'ima ba ne. Cikin ganin daman Allah da ikonsa mun san duka ba abin da ya gagare shi. To saboda haka ina jawo hankalin mutanenmu akan mutane da suke tuba din nan, mu yi kyakkyawan fata a kai, mu raka wannan kuduri nasu da addu'a, kuma sauran aikin mu bar wa jami'an tsaronmu wanda su ƙwararru ne akan wannan harka, su suka san yadda za su yi da mutanen da suka tuba. Kuma a matsayinmu na 'yan adam ba isa mu hana wani tuba daga mummunan aiki da yake yi ba. Kuma addu'a da muke Allah ya kawo sauƙi, Allah ba zai shawurce mu ta yadda zai kawo sauƙin nan ba. Idan bindiga bai gama wannan yaƙi ba, Allah yana da iko ya dakatar da yaƙin nan, ya fidda shi a zukatan masu yaƙin nan. Kuma kaman abin da muke gani, banda Allah ba wanda ya kamata mu godewa, kuma ba wanda ya kamata mu roƙe shi kan sauƙin da muke gani yanzu. To saboda haka kada mu yanke ƙauna daga rahaman Allah, mu ga cewa tuban nasu ya kamata a tuba ko a bincika ko a yi kaza. Waɗannan kalamai da mutane suke yi ba zai taimake mu ba. Saboda haka ya kamata mu gode Allah subhanahu wata'ala saboda wannan ni'ima da ya yi, mu raka da addu'a da kyakkyawan fata. Kuma shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari a ƙarƙashin jam'iyyar APC, wannan ayyukan alheri da kuke gani duka shi ne cikin tausayinsa na North East. Tun da farko da ya karɓi karagan mulki, in kun tuna, ya fara da bamu hafsoshin sojojin Najeriya da na sama, da kuma mai baiwa shugaban ƙasa shawara akan harkar tsaro NSA. Ya zo ya bamu chief of staff, Allah ji kansa, Abba Kyari. Ya zo ya bamu controller general na custom. Ya zo ya bamu chairman na NDLEA. Kuma uwa uba ya zo ya bamu senate president a North East. To wannan abin da ya yi ne saboda alkawurran da ya ɗauka mutane arewa maso gabas da halin da suke ciki. Ga yaranku su tsaya su fidda ku cikin wannan hukuma da kuka shiga. Kuma ya kamata mu jinjina shi jami'an tsaronmu da sojojinmu da 'yan sandanmu da SS dinmu da civil defense da custom da immigration da dukkan 'yan sa kai da vigilante da sauransu, duka ya kamata mu jinjina musu, mu gode musu saboda jajircewa da suka yi. To saboda haka duk wani mai zuwa da huduban shaidan ya nuna cewa ko shugaban kasa Muhammadu Buhari bai cika alkawarinsa a North East ba, ya kamata mai shi ya tuntubi kansa. Watakila ba daga North East yake ba, yana daga wani yankin ƙasan nan ne. Mun gode a Allah, kuma mun gode masa. Kuma dukkan 'yan majalisarmu na tarayya wanda suke wannan shiya na North East, kama daga senatoci zuwa 'yan majalisar tarayya da 'yan majalisar jihohi, dukka suna da hannu a wannan aikin alheri da ake yi. Saboda duk abin da ake yi lokacin da ake gwagwarmayan kafa wannan hukuma ta North East Development Commission, dukkan 'yan majalisar tarayya nan da senatoci da reps ba wanda yake bacci, dukkansu dinnan a tsaye suke su tabbatar cewa majalisar tarayya duka gidaje guda biyu sun amince kuma haka aka yi. Shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari ya sa mata hannu, yau gashi mun fara cin gajiyan wannan aiki gagarima da ake yi a arewa maso gabashin ƙasar nan. To saboda haka duk 'yan majalisa da kuka zaɓa, ba wani zaɓen tumun dare da kuka yi. Duk wanda yake gaya muku ba ku ga alherin wane ba, duk wannan maganan rudu ne, kuma magana ne wanda bai kamata mai hankali da mai hangen nesa su ma kusanto wa kunnuwansu ba. Domin North East Development Commission gwagwarmaya da suka yi suka kafa ta kadai ya kai a yaba dukkan 'yan majalisar tarayya da suke North East Nigeria. Sannan kuma kusan cewa wannan shine gadon bayan alkawarin shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari na ƙara gina arewa maso gabashin ƙasar nan. Kuma alhamdulillahi a yanzu a kamun ludayinsu da muka gani, wanda suke jagorantar wannan hukuma sun taka rawan gani, sun shiga lungu-lungu, sako-sako, makarantu da aka kona, gidaje da aka kona, asibitoci da aka kona, tituna da suka lalace, wutan lantarki da sauransu, duka yanzu sun ɗauki matakan gyara kuma suna kan gyara. Wannan somintabi ne, gidaje 500 da kuka gani za mu aza tubalin nan a yanzu, somintabi ne, da kuma dukkan ayyukan alheri da suke kaddamarwa a wannan yanki. Saboda haka su ma ya kamata a jinjina musu, saboda amana na shugaban ƙasa da suka riƙe, amana na mutanen arewa maso gabas nan da suka riƙe, a yi musu addu'an nasara. Don saboda shi masu iya magana suka ce baki shi yake yanke wuya. Baki shi yake yanke wuya ɗin nan, kai da kanka an kai wa kanka mummunan fata baka san me zai same ka ba, don baka san lokacin da bakin naka yake da guba ba. Saboda haka ko kanka ka yi wa kanka fatan alheri, ka yi wa kanka kyakkyawan zato, kuma kada ka yi wa wasu mummunan zato da kuma mummunan fata akan abin da suke yi. A nan goyon baya da ya kamata mu bayar a matsayinmu na al'umma da muke raye a wannan yanki, wanda yanzu ba ma tsoron bom, ba ma tsoron wani tashin bindiga ko wani abu, za mu iya taruwa a nan muna kan godewa Allah saboda ni'imansa. Su kuma da wannan jagoranci yake wuyansu, yake nauyinsu, mu raka su da addu'a da kyakkyawan fata na alheri, saboda wanda ba su samu ba yau za su samu gobe. Gidajen nan da za a gina, kuma ina tabbatar muku ba wani wanda yake da gida da zai kara samun gida a nan. Dukkan wanda za a bayar, wanda suka rasa gidajensu, sai wanda dama ba su da gidaje. Saboda da haka ne za a magance karancin gidaje, saboda yanzu aka dubi matasanmu gaba daya, da wanda suka yi aure da wanda nan gaba za su yi aure, duka suna bukatan gidaje, su ma su shiga gidaje su wala. Saboda haka albishirinku, muna tabbatar muku cewa wannan gidaje 500 ba wani mai gida. Yanzu 3,600 da muke gina, amma ina tabbatar muku ba wani mai gida da za mu kara bashi gida. Da haka duka za mu gida, za mu yi iya kokari mu tabbatar cewa matasanmu sun mallaki gidajensu, kuma ta yadda ba zai dame su ba. Karkace baka da koko ba, karka damu, kai dai ka yi addu'a Allah ya sa sunanka ya shiga cikin masu samun gida. Da waɗannan takaitattu bayanai, ina yi wasu bakinmu da suka zo addu'an Allah mai da su gidajensu lafiya, kuma wannan jagoranci da suke yi Allah ƙara taimakawa. Ku kuma da kuka fito saboda a tarbe su, a shaurare su, kowa muna masa godiya, kowa kuma Allah mai da shi gidansa lafiya. Allah ya sa wannan aikin alheri da aka assasa mu ci gajiyarsa. Allah ba mu damuna mai albarka, kuma kada a manta da addu'a na zaman lafiya da saukar da alheri wa ƙasanmu. Allah albarkaci ƙasanmu, Allah ba mu zaman lafiya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Allah saka baka. Allah saka baka. Allah saka baka. Kiriya mai girma gwamna. Allah ma jagora. Hawisu sarkin wanka. Hawisu sarkin wanka. Mai girma gwamna. Mun tsaya mana, muna son gwamnan Allah ma jagora mai mala.